Good morning. It's August 2nd, 2009, and I'm at the Sweetsford Chase, or what have you, Homeowners Association behind Target. And we have quite a few trees that are planted along the street, and they seem to have been, most of them seem to have been planted the same. They all have mulch piled up on the trunks of the trees, compared to the pictures that you'll see on the website that I'm providing of properly mulched trees. Now we're going to remove, this is a Bradford pear, which is, or a variety of the pear, which is usually a self-wounding, fast-growing, slow-lived tree. And we're going to remove some of the mulch to see what it looks like underneath at the trunk, and see if we can't shed some light on this and simplify these things. Again, I'm John Keslick. I have a background in tree biology, and you can find more information at my website at www.treedictionary.com. That's www.treedictionary.com, and look up tree planting. So we're going to make a video here and see what we see to try to shed some light on some of the present tree problems that we're having, and how to better understand the specifications that would ensure that trees that are going to be planted in the future are not sentenced to this early death. Thank you. Okay, first of all, as you can probably see, we have a crack and a wound extending from here, see it, up into here. And most likely, this is a result of crushed roots that were not properly pruned when the tree was planted. Planting too deep, meaning the tree was planted deeper than the depth that the roots are coming off the trunk. And girdling roots. And then the mulch piled up against the trunk just enhances it. So this crack here is most likely associated with root problems and root injury. Very common. So we're going to carefully move the mulch away back from the trunk of the tree, trying to establish where the roots are coming off the trunk, because that's the depth that the tree would fare the best if planted at that depth. So I'm going to go ahead and clean up around this tree a little bit, and then we'll get some more video here for you. Okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove some of this mulch away from the tree. Again, trees would do best if the mulch was kept at least 6 inches away from the trunk or trunk flare of the tree, no more than 3 to 4 inches thick and flat. And what we offer locally is a mulch that's made up of composted tree trimmings from the 10 most common trees in our area, which is a good thing. Composted for 2, 3, maybe 4 years. You want to kind of stay shy of all bark mulch, and you want to stay shy of all bark mulch, because there's not the carbon in there that's available to feed the soil. Soil plays an important role in the health of a tree, and composted wood chips and leaves provide cellulose and other organic materials for the soil to convert to glucose for food. So we want to kind of stay away from all bark mulch. So we're going to remove carefully, without causing injury, we're going to remove the mulch back from the base of the tree to try to see where the roots are coming off the trunk. And what else is back here? Okay. Now here we're starting already to have roots that are growing up. Okay. Let me set up for a closer view. Okay. Okay, let me clear some away and I'll record some more. Okay, just as illustrated in the book Modern Arboriculture by Dr. Shigo, when trees are planted too deep, which this one was planted too deep, the roots tend to grow straight up and then start to girdle the trunk, which ends up with a short-lived tree. And you can see here where I've just exposed one root that is growing straight up, suggesting the tree was planted too deep, and we have a lot more in store if we take a closer look. So here we have, see, what we should be finding here are roots coming off the trunk. Rather than roots coming off the trunk, we're finding roots that are growing up from some level down below, that are growing straight up and then around the trunk, which is typical for trees that are planted improperly, too deep, which is a typical practice in Chester County. Okay, first of all, here's where the woody roots are coming off the trunk of the tree, right here. This is a future girdling root that will go around and girdle the tree. This right here is sprouts from the trunk, which are a result from a wound as well as being planted too deep. I will reference the page number, which there is a lucid diagram drawing of this particular problem and its association with being planted too deep. Now, this right